Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is the Ace Attorney Chronicles Adventures. This is my first ever playthrough of the great Ace Attorney Chronicles Adventures. We're talking to GINA. She's fantastic. She's trying to keep this jacket to herself because she got it from her dad, and this robber is coming in trying to take it from her. It's very, very cruel and very mean. Evidence that the article Mr. Strayed redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman. Of course, we need only consult Mr. Windybank's ledger to know the truth. How about we don't do that? We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place. Yes, brilliant.
I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh?
I'll never ask customers' names. It's a strict policy of mine.
But why not?
Well, now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity.
Yes, I see. Okay, then ask them if they want to remain anonymous. Yeah, English, Calvin. But then how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking it to redeem it? They'll have their receipt.
Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir, might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question?
Of course. It's Professor.
Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need.
So he's lying. How did he get the word professor off GINA? He must have followed her and listened in on her conversations. Wow, that's rough.
Oh, the gentleman is the rightful owner of the article without doubt.
A watchword? Interesting. Watchwords. So about these watchwords, Mr. Wonderbank.
As I just explained, I'll never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. And many reasons why certain customers would like to keep their activities secret.
Like, Holmes over here? Shomes? I called him Holmes in the video. Someone corrected me and they were right. For once, someone corrected me and they were right. It's the first time ever. That wasn't exactly a sudden glance at Mr. Shomes now, was it? But Calvin, I corrected you on something during Danganronpa and you were wrong. You were wrong, son. Sonny Jim, you were wrong. Now you're gonna burn in hell. Haha. Great detectives have no dark secrets, none at all. I don't know about that. I say they have the most secrets.
Oh yes, well, anyway. That's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used on lock of vault. The date of deposit, a description, and watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course then, I'll give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword. Calvin is using his bottom lip to go over the top lip as he's doing this, to make it sound like he's talking with the mustache. This now is just a realization on Calvin's part that he might have to do this for hours on end during the trial. He might reconsider something in the near future.
And that's something tells you the correct watchword. You return the article?
That's right, sir, yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid.
And I have supplied you with the information you require already, but for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat, deposited 2 months ago on the 15th of February.
He's wrong. It was deposited on the 14th of February, Valentine's Day.
With the watchword of Professor.
No, sorry, it wasn't Professor, it was Farnsworth.
All perfectly correct information, sir.
This is classism. But ow!
Really, this is beyond a joke now. There's no further room for doubt.
Yes, there is further room for doubt. Let's think about this, okay? Piece of evidence I have. One person is wearing the jacket, the other person is not. Case closed, everybody. So who do we talk to now? You? Do we talk to this idiot now? Picture postcard gentleman. Excuse me, but who are you?
One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you.
Oh, sorry, yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here.
Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place.
You suck.
The inhabitants of some fiery brown cluttered soup dressed up with exotic spices.
You might think it's somewhere else. And what was that theatrical gesticulation about?
Perhaps anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your name first before inquiring after the name of another.
Of course, yeah, I'm Ryunosuke Naruto. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really. My name is Susato Mikutaba. I am Mr. Naruto's assistant.
I see. My name is Benedict. Yes, Eggert Benedict.
That sounds about right.
Enchanté.
He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious. You know why it's suspicious? Because this guy is a weirdo.
Now to the matter at hand.
What a gobaloon head.
My overcoat. Return it at once to someone with the style to carry it off.
Okay, so I guess not you? It looks so cool on GINA.
Every move he makes, every breath he takes, I can't stand watching him.
Let's get him, GINA. We could... What's to stop us, right? Hear me out. Oh, it looks really bad on you. It looks terrible on you. What's to stop me, right? Okay, hear me out, right? Grab the guy's gun, throw it away, knock this guy's nose off the counter. GINA, Susato, Ryunosuke, jump, Eggert, and then Sholmes won't be any the wiser.
And thank you for custom, Mr. Eggert Benedict, sir.
With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back.
You swore I hate grown-ups. They took her jacket. The jacket her father gave her.
Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar. And the content of the coat's pockets, if you please, broker.
No, it's alright. That can't happen.
Of course, sir. Here's the disc for you.
No. Daylight robberies happening here. Just this one.
Pardon, sir?
I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another.
Another disc?
Oh dear. I will get to it for you, sir. That one was deposited within there was my overcoat. So this happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now.
So, Gutterling, you're hiding more than what's rightfully mine, are you?
You know what's a gutterling? You know what's gutterling? Those frickin' stupid face you got there. That face is stupid.
Says who, eh? I don't know nothing about it. Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to this style.
You did that years ago, my friend.
Wait a minute. I think I left my conscience on your front doorstep. That disc is mine.
Wait, what? Get it! Yeah, GINA! Tramp! Oh, calm down, dude.
You've drawn blood, you filthy animal.
Hopefully she did more than that.
Oh my, yes, there's blood on the disc.
It's because all those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them good.
I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me old man. So you're not having it. Or you take it.
Me?
If I hang on to it, they'll have it off me again. So you keep out of it.
Miss Lestrade, I will. I'll do that for you, of course. Why is this so important? Why do I want to keep it? I'll keep it for her. I'll hide it. A metal disc used to play music in a mechanical music box. The piece of music which remains unidentified is stored on the disc by means of small protrusions.
You there, in the black livery.
Oh my god, this guy sucks. This guy's a big suck-a-doodle-doo. I might actually just kill this guy.
Hand that disc to me at once, please. No, don't. He's lying. Grown-ups are all liars.
I agree. What do you need? What do you do now? How am I going to resolve this? Do we get to make a choice? Because I'll make the choice very quickly. GINA, let's go. GINA, let us go. Wow, Mr. Stray's really looking daggers at the mysterious gentleman. We need to do something to calm things down. Okay, let's. I know what we can do. I know we have to probably talk to Herlock. Look at those piercing eyes. He's clearly in no mood to talk. We have to do something quickly before this mysterious gentleman leaves to fetch the police or something. If he leaves to fetch the police, we'll just kill him. Like, I don't get what's the problem here. Mr. Sholmes? What are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see.
So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruto.
What?
After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows. Cruelly ostracized, the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So, feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place.
Wait, what?
Was, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, the 7% solution caramel.
What is happening?
Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruto? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely.
Then what on earth? Then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone bad from worse here, you know.
Yes, I overheard much of a conversation. Or rather, in my craving of human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered.
You really were sad, weren't you? Poor Mr. Sholmes. I feel simply awful for you. It would seem
that my inferences are correct.
Oh, sure you're not about to tell us that you solved the entire case and once again. I love that they, like, because Sholmes is so upset right now with himself, that, like, one of the things that made him super upset was the fact that, like, no one was talking to him. Like, that's really cool. Like, I don't know, like I think they're doing really good jobs with the characters in this game. And, like, they're actually, like, treating his... Like, it is kind of a joke sometimes, but I feel like they're treating his sadness as, like, something that can actually be used for the story, too, and used for his own character progression as well. My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, will my genius for deduction to be commoditized, like a commodity? How much could I pawn from it, for it? Probably pawn it for, probably like $2. £2. 2 guineas. It seems Mr. Sholmes has had another one of his flashes of inspiration, but who knows if it will help to resolve the situation between Mrs. Strayed and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? Oh. I want to say leave it to see if he does it anyway. If Mr. Stone starts on his wild rambling instructions now, he could just fan the flames of the argument. I think it would be sensible to try something else. Mr. Naruto, what are you saying? The great detective has made one of his great deductions. He's sure to cut straight to the heart of the matter. That's what I'm worried about. We don't need more cuts around here. Dear me, you seem decidedly agitated. Clearly I shall have to take the reins. Yes, please do, Mr. Sholmes. It looks like we're going, yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that was exactly going to happen. I think that was the exact thing that was going to happen. No, okay, we don't need a deduction. We don't. I know what's happened here. Watch, they're going to show me something I didn't know that happened, in fairness, so let's go. Where the place have you been? Pardon? When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away, not an hour later. I love how they stopped the music for her as well. Harsh. And who, pray tell, are you? None of your business, dude. It's usually a very common gentlemanly thing to do to introduce yourself first if you're going to introduce, if you're going to ask someone for their name. You have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are 2 immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon? The first is this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation, one you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How? He's turned as white as a hard-boiled egg. Ooh. It seems that once again Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction. You know what? Let's give it to him. Why not? Just who do you think you are, sir? Ah, yes, as I hoped. That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for. I like Sholmes taking down these guys a peg as well. So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Sherlock Sholmes Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Okay, I have an opinion on the Logic and Reasoning Spectacular, and I just want to give this out. I feel it takes a lot of time. It's very fun, but I feel like it usually takes up like a good 20 minutes, or maybe it's not that long. Maybe I'm just overreacting. It takes up a good chunk of the game. Usually for like stuff that could could be done in a small conversation. Now here's the thing, I feel like I'd be a hypocrite though, because I always talk about how like style in game is so important, and I do think that this distinctly makes this game feel a lot different from stuff like the Phoenix Wright games that I played. So I'm at a thing here where I'm like, yes, I feel like they take too much time, but at the same time the style is so good that it's like I don't think I would like them out of the game, if that makes any sense. Topic 1. Mysterium Manzine. I see you're a prick. I heard that you're a big bastard, eh? First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbroker today. You claim to have followed this pickpocketeer, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. Look at that right there. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is the staff recruitment file. He wants a job. Oh, makes sense. He wants a job. That makes sense. Kind of sad. The piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. That even the most unobservant would soon realize that the man of your appearance has no need for such employ. In other words, there's some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane, which you unwittingly clutch to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter what?
I've had this cane for years.
The contradiction I speak of is, of course, the missing frill, or not the insignia? The insignia, right? At the end of any cane, there will be it would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. And yet, detailed analysis show the wooden tip of this stick to be utterly bare. A.G. Ace Attorney. Therefore, there's only one conclusion. Ace GINA. The rod in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong?
And
in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitated the answer to the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind the rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle which you evidently would like to conceal is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle? Mused I. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod. Is the broken handle of a shovel. What? Are you insane? And now, having determined the undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. What a calculated crime you conceive, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. What, he's gonna dig up a hole in the ground? Fair play. We have another one? Why? Now, Mr. Benton, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning.
This is utterly absurd.
You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel.
What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there?
Your mom's butt?
Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose? Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say?
Oh, but there is ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. And your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped.
What?
Let's consider what most would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answers are seen by the council notice on the counter, to which your eyes are inadvertently drawn. Or the gun, he wants to shoot someone. The letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. In accordance with the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewerage works. Beneath the shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs onto the bank on the opposite side of the road.
The madness has entered the sewers now, has it?
By excavating the grounds beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway. That flows in very close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite.
What are you...
In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels.
Master plan?
Which brings us to the last final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank?
I'm quite serious.
Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, the picture postcard tells us what we need to know.
A postcard of the Great Exhibition? I'm afraid you've quite lost me.
Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. And the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank, on the other side of this road.
Pardon?
Yes, the considerable crime you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of the bank, the special reserve funds for the Great Exhibition. Of course, that is a top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please. Jesus, dude, you just gave away information. Hopefully there's not a third one, because I feel like it's good on the sec. It's good on the two. It's good on the two. The music's stopping, so I'm guessing it's... Thus conclude Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle. Like, I think, you know, just to lobby the crowd, I think it's just because it's like on autopilot, it feels like, you know, he's gotten it wrong to some extent, and like we have to fix it no matter what. So it's kind of just like, man, just let me fix it all. Just give it to me in big chunks. You know what I mean? And maybe that is like me, like being, you know, very hypocritical, like I said, when it comes to like my idea of like I always talk about style and how style is so important in video games. So maybe it is like this thing where I'm like, hey, I'm being a bit hypocritical, you know? Well, Mr. Naruto, an impressively updated deduction for this detective racked with loneliness. Would you not agree? I also like that some people agree with me, by the way, when people said that they thought the first two trials weren't the best, and then the game really picked up on the third trial, because that's how I felt too. Was it true you set up the bank over the road and what has in its vault? Indeed, though few know of its existence, it's one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Well, just say it in the pawn shop. So if GINA gets blamed for this now when it does get stolen in this chapter, apparently, I'm gonna blame Sholmes. Gregson told me in the strictest of confidence. But you just announced it to everyone here rather loudly, in fact. Ah. And if such a big secret, how would Mr. Bennett have come to find out about it? There can't be one explanation for that. Clearly it's because the man is a criminal. Yeah, I agree. Let's put him away. Like, we don't need evidence really for this situation. Then burying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secret. Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windybank will. He already has plenty of shovels here after all.
Oh my love, I'll show you I'm not so unscrupulous.
I would totally be okay with you doing it. It's not my problem. However, this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. He's so good. One can never be sure that someone's privy to secrets won't disclose them, and once the word is out, it's out. Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Naruto. An excellent idea. Ha 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 ha. Well then, Mr. Naruto, you know what to do, I'm sure. Yes, let's listen to the great deduction again and see if we can massage it into shape. Very well then, let us start once more from the beginning. Let's go. Let's just do it. First time we take us on what business you ventured into pawnbroker today. You claim to have followed this page pouch here, having you write a redemption ticket store in the street. But that is an included lie. I wonder if we just do this. Will this work? Yeah, because that we could change it from here. Yeah. I'm okay with doing that. If you guys are okay with doing that, I'm okay with doing that. Mr. Bennett came in order to apply for a job. Could dig down right through the floor. Yes, an attempt to tunnel the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault in the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is where? What did Mr. Bennett bring here in particular, this particular point in time? Is it the cane? Let's see. Oh, there's something in his other hand. Is there? Come on, please. Let me see the other hand. Is it? No, it's definitely not the other hand. Because we would have been able to see the hand much clearer, I think, if there was something in his other hand. Are we going to say his cane?
Take that!
No. You can't judge a book by its cover to say someone who appears wealthy may well be poor. Being such a man, you're desperate for money. Okay, I got it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. As when you're quite proud of it. I find myself wanting to have a... I don't want to sound defeated when I'm talking. I feel like I'm just being nitpicky now, and I don't like being nitpicky. It's like my least favorite thing to do. I quite pain bite, in fact. Oh, sorry. I'll try again. Like, I don't know, man. Just say, hey, you failed. Go again. Like, you know what I mean? There's like so much dialogue in this game that like we don't need dialogue for every single aspect of the game, in my humble opinion. So what did he bring in today? That is super important. Stylish hat. So the staff room for his stylish hat is the other thing. The cane is not that. We can't look down any lower. So it is the stylish hat, is it?
Take that!
What? What am I doing wrong here? No! Yeah, like... So it's not the stylish hat. What else was it? So it's something he brought in today. It's not the stylish hat. It's not the cane. It's not the staff recruitment flyer. Is that a staff recruitment flyer, though? We haven't even got past the first chapter of the first, like, you know, to be continued, I should say. Like, what is he? Oh, okay, scribbled writing. Here we go. Oh, look at all the scribbled notes in the back of the flyer here. I don't believe it. What is it? Listen to what it says. Name Gina Lestrade, height 5'2", green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. A detailed description of Mrs. Lestrade. Goodness, there's even a sketch of her, hat and all. Although if he showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure. And look, the details of the shop have been written down here too. Winnie Max Prawnburger, Baker Street. Redemption deadline, 15th of April, which is today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of that piece of paper? So I guess we're going to do info about Mrs. Lestrade. So he's following her. What a sicko! Just didn't see it. That's my bad, really. Yeah, so what brought you to shop in the first place is the info about Mrs. Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing on the sketch on the reserve of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket Mr. Lestrade and to the Windbags Prawnburger here. You originally told us that you had merely given a chase after Mrs. Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. But, Gina, you can punch him if you want. It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today, by which I mean here to the Windbags Prawnburger, and today, the redemption deadline of that overcoat. So you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. And you've gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Mr. Lestrade. In other words, there's some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane which you unwittingly clutched to your person exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction.
What utter rot! I've had this cane for years.
You know who hasn't had the cane? Oh, we can skip this as well, can we? I think we can. I don't think that, we totally can. I'm not trying to say, I'm just saying, like, you know, for the sake of the pacing. It's a metal cap commonly found at the end of the cane, Mr. Naruto. Ah, the bit that makes a nice clacking sound on the pavement. Yes, exactly. And Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane, but it doesn't actually look broken, does it? No, it doesn't. Though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious. In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. The writing, right? We have to talk about it as well, though, don't we? The initialing, yeah. AG. Agatha. Look here, Mrs. Otto. There's some letters on the handle. Those must be the initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letter of their names. So Herlock Sholmes would be HS, you mean? That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously. Oh, AG? Why does it feel as though that's not quite right? Yeah, it should be Benedict Cumberbatch, right?
Take that!
The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing. A most astute observation, when you say, Mr. Eggert Benedict. We'd like to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet in a most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. An incontrovertible contradiction indeed, would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This case isn't. You said before that you had that cane for years. So don't try and tell us that you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park. In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true nature. You recoil, sir. Something wrong? Oh, well. And your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer to the next conundrum that presents itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle which you evidently would like to conceal is the key to understanding the riddle, wouldn't you say? Okay, so here we go. So the considered the bare bones of what's happened here. Mr. Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat. And now a mysterious man appeared, introducing himself with a fake name. and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. But we know that he actually identified Mr. Straight from a written description, which just that everything else he told us is untrue. So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Oh, we're doing it. We're proving that the coat cannot belong to him. How so? Hey, how so? Stylish hat. The hat! The handle? Or maybe it is the stylish hat this time. I've been looking closely at this hat for some time now, and suddenly it occurred to me that a bright white top hat like that might just be the hat for me. You like it, do you? I think I do, don't I? Well, in that case, you could see there isn't something similar with Mr. Windybank's forfeited items. After concluding our investigation, we must focus on the task in hand at the moment. So it's not the hat. What else can we look at here? The split seam. Oh, it seems the shoulder is coming apart, look. So it is. Do you know, a moment ago Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said. I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise, sounded like a bit of a tiny growl. But now I think it was probably the sound of the seam ripping open. If you look closely, it does seem to be a very tight fit. The sleeves are stretched to bursting, and he wouldn't have a hope of fastening it at the front. And if I were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart. That I'd like to see. Wait, what? Wait, what? Huh? So how can we make Mr. Benedict turn around? She's really giving this some thought. So I think that's what we're going to have to focus on here.
Take that!
Yep. The split seam which you evidently would like to conceal is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Ah! Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a pull fit. Having folded over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart. I love when they work together. They are a very good team, aren't they? My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so boldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. This catalogue of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article that your young girl redeemed from Mr. Windybank. God damn it, yes, we're gonna get this guy. What really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. And with that, we're going to end the episode here, guys. I know it's a cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger. We're going to find out what the curtailed, and we're going to finish this off in the next one. I know it's a weird place to end, but this is the way things go. I'll see you guys very soon.